sometimes life happens, right? And might be starting late, but we still need to have dinner. Quiet. Quiet. We're going live, Iman. Use your inside voice. All right. Broccoli, that's what we're doing. We gotta get started. We gotta get my gloves going. There you go. Look at that. See that? And the time is ticking. Tick tock. Some beef going. It's still frozen. Yikes. So while we wait for this to thaw a little bit, we can get started with the veggie. That's the best food time management stuff. And if there's an expectation, gotta manage sauces with carb, with everything. Luckily for me, I already have some frozen rice. Have you ever had frozen rice? What's up, Marshmallow? I'm glad you made it. Chicken. No, we're making beef. This is beef this time. Look at this. White rice. This is Asian style beef broccoli. Beef broccoli. Let me put you right there, because I need to really search. This, I really love rice. So this is going to be my one portion of rice. I've heard, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've heard that if you freeze your rice, your cooked rice, if you freeze it, it'll do something to the starches, and it's like easier to absorb the sugar. It doesn't affect you that bad, something like that. It says chicken and broccoli? Come on. Does it really say chicken and broccoli? Sam Gloves is here. I'm glad Sam Gloves is here. It says chicken and broccoli? No, you're making me doubt myself now. Let me see. I can't stop this. Anyways, it says beef and broccoli. There you go. It's beef and broccoli. Woo! You got me all crazy. Let me get look. If you're not doing this, you're wasting your time. Come on, look at this. Pre-made white rice. I did it maybe a month ago. And this is Mexican rice. If you like that Mexican rice, also save it. It's better than the minute rice. That minute rice, not that good. Just freeze some rice. Cook it first. Cook it and then freeze it. And like they said it's like easier to digest or for your pancreas or something like that. Don't listen to that person. They don't know what they're talking about. Marshmallow's all right. He's cool. He's probably just trolling me. Right, Marshmallow? You a big troll? Okay, we got the rice. We got the beef. We need the broccoli. Luckily, I got broccoli a week ago. And that's about the time when I need to start thinking of what am I going to do with my ingredients. Sometimes I go to the grocery store and I don't even know what I'm gonna make for the week. I just grab ingredients and then when I'm going through my inventory, I say like, oh yeah, I got that. I got to do something about it. Broccoli, I love broccoli because sometimes if I can't come up with a good idea on how to cook it, I can just steam broccoli. Put it on the side with whatever you're eating. I can bake it a little bit real quick. I can eat it even raw with some ranch. Or you can pre-chop it and then just freeze it. It does well in the refrigerator as well. Just freeze it. But here's a reminder though. Once you freeze your broccoli, you can't expect it. Yeah, I like corn too. You can't expect your broccoli to taste the same. It won't have that freshness. So then you got to think like, how can I use this frozen broccoli that lost some of its properties? You turn it into like a broccoli soup. Ooh, broccoli cheddar soup. No one will even know it's frozen. You can stir fry a little bit. Ooh, so good. Although stir fry, you kind of tell when there's fresh broccoli. All right. Let's begin. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I try to do things from scratch. If I can't, well, I just store it. Anyway, this is for 2 people, so this will be enough. But we're right in the middle of the week. We're barely starting the week, so it doesn't hurt to have a little extra for that lazy lunch or lazy midnight dinner. So we're using 2. We're going to use 2 small ones. 2 small ones. There you go. We'll hide this one up. Did you know you can eat the bottom of the broccoli, the stem? It tastes delicious. Don't forget to rinse your broccoli. This will be quick. That's what we do in this channel, quick dinners. Although some people don't have a whole hour to cook, because this is something people forget. When you're in the kitchen, it's about the prep work and the post work. Oh my God, post work sucks. You have to clean everything. So anyways. You know what I need to get started? I need to get a bigger screen so I can read the comments, because I can barely read. Yeah, I only like raw broccoli. There you go. That's the best way. You want good nutrition out of your vegetables? Eat them raw. This is something I learned about broccoli. So apparently, there's a lot of genetic similar vegetables that they experiment and create out of broccoli, like the kale. It's also made out of the same plant. And what else? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I heard it was also Brussels sprouts. I say Brussels sprouts are more into little cabbages. But maybe I'm wrong. Let me know if I'm right or wrong. Anyways, so this is what we want, right? We want our long. These are not that presentable. We're just gonna cut the stems, but we're not gonna get rid of the stems. See, basically this is what you want. Your little traditional broccoli. There you go. I still eat the stems. The stems are delicious. They taste the same. Why get rid of your stems? You know who loves broccoli? My dogs and my baby. All right. There you go. Gang, 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 gang. We're moving along. Now there's a problem with this dish. My food is frozen. My meat is frozen, and I got it out this morning. Looks like my refrigerator is working properly because they didn't really thaw it. I should have got it out yesterday. Anyways, this looks about right. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Let me give this to my doggy. They love it. The really big chunky one. There you go. Now this is an inspired beef broccoli from your Chinese restaurant, right? From Panda Express. If you go to a Chinese restaurant here in America, they're gonna have beef broccoli. Thank you, appreciate it. But I don't follow recipes. There's something that I get criticized a lot. I don't follow recipes. I go out of instinct and what I think it should taste. Sometimes I hit it, sometimes I don't. I can only just get better, and if you know a better method, let me know. But I'm just going to show you the way I do it, all right? And at this point, we're going to focus on tenderizing our meat. We are very, very short on time, so to tenderize, it's not even going to work, but I'm still going to do it. I'm going to use some baking powder, and also there's gonna be a little bit of a sauce, a little bit of thick sauce in our stir fry, because this is a stir fry. So we're gonna use cornstarch. Cornstarch and baking powder. Now, if I could only find the baking powder, I know you guys can't see what I'm doing, but if I can't find baking powder, we're gonna have to keep on going. I should have been ready. Now, you can use baking powder. I'm not gonna use baking powder. Baking soda is different. Let's get back in. Our saucepan needs to get heat, needs to get hot. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Get the lights on in this place. We got that going. Let's get some oil going. Look at that beauty. Oh, there's water in my saucepan. Don't put water in your saucepan. Bum, bum, bum. There you go. Mm-hmm. There you go. We're getting started. A little bit of oil. We need to get that really hot. We need some onion. Now, when I think of Chinese food, and correct me if I'm wrong, I always think of onion, garlic, ginger, soy sauce, green onions. So it's got to be heavy on the green onion, heavy on the garlic, heavy on the ginger, heavy on the soy sauce. We're going to add in some oyster sauce. We're going to add in some, what else? What else are we going to add? Like I said, I just go off of what I think it should taste. And the thing about beef broccoli, a lot of countries have adopted the beef broccoli because Chinese immigrants are just all over the world. So there's always going to be a Chinese a beef broccoli version in different countries, and they're just going to adapt it to whatever they have, you know. Like there could even be, for example, there could be Vietnamese immigrants in let's say any country. Let's say they're in Netherlands. Some Vietnamese are in the Netherlands, and yeah, they're not Chinese. But guess what? They're gonna try to sell a Chinese dish because it's more popular. People probably recognize, oh yeah, beef broccoli. They'll just associate it. Oh, Vietnamese, Chinese, yeah. But some people are not that educated. It's fine. So it's easier to make a sale if they go, oh yeah, this is beef broccoli in my Vietnamese restaurant, right? So they're gonna just try to make a Vietnamese dish. I mean, a Vietnamese version of beef broccoli, right? With whatever they got. You know, I've seen some YouTube videos in Peru. They call it chifa. Chifa is what they call the Chinese food over there in Peru, right? You think of Peru, you're not thinking of Chinese food. Well, they love Chinese food over there because, like I said before, the Chinese immigrants are all over the world, right? And they also have, ooh, it's smoking. They also have their version of beef broccoli, and they'll use whatever's around, right? I grew up in the northern area of Mexico, Mexicali, and they have amazing Chinese food. And I've had some people visit there, and I thought it was the best Chinese food in the world. I mean, it was made by Chinese immigrants from that region, and people would go and be like, oh, this isn't Chinese food. This is like Mexican Chinese food. And I was like, yeah, that's what it is, because guess what? These are Mexican Chinese immigrants now. And they're cooking with what's around. I normally like to add some cheese, and I add some cheese and a little bit more cheese. There you go. That's someone from the Midwest right there. And then when I make grilled cheese, I add cheese and put in. There you go. That's a Midwestern for right there. So here's this. I'm also using whatever I got. I got some onion. I got some green onion. You can't even see, huh? Sorry about this. I can't really do both things at the same time right now because I'm not trying to burn my food. Basically, I just sauteed in some green onion and red onion just to get some flavor in my onion, in my oil. Give it some flavor to my oil. Now I'm also gonna add a little bit of garlic, just like I said, to add a little bit more flavor to it. And some people would argue and say, oh, you don't add the garlic at this point. You're gonna burn it. And yes, you can burn your garlic very fast. It's susceptible to burn easily, and it might turn everything a little bit more, it might turn it bitter. But I don't care. I don't care. I like flavors. I like complexity. I like the toasty aroma of a semi-burnt garlic. I'm gonna have to increase the. Come and check this out. Come and check this out. I'm gonna have to increase the oil because it's like a stir fry, and when you're doing a stir fry, you gotta be generous with your oil. Don't be afraid of that oil. I mean, you're gonna go on a run, right? I'm guessing. And then blue onion, and then some yellow onion. Yeah, there's yellow onion. I don't think blue onion though. There is yellow onion. All right, we have, look at that beauty. Look at that beauty. Okay, we're gonna leave it there. Let's focus and get back to our meat, see how it's doing. It's not doing so well, but the show must go on. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna get a different cutting board because we are talking now about raw meat. I just removed the pan from the direct fire because I don't want to burn my onion. And we're going to focus on cutting some thin pieces of meat from beef chuck. This is beef chuck. Actually, now that it's semi-frozen, somewhat thawing, it's easier to carve thin pieces of meat. So that worked out. Sorry, I gotta wash my hands. I mean, my gloves. Yeah. All right. So at this point, this is still frozen. I'm gonna go with my carving knife. This is a bread knife, and because it's serrated, it just makes it easier to like really shave off some pieces. Let's go and find some good angle to cut. Make sure we go and we get some grain. Let me see like that. There you go. See, you want it to cut and to see that marbling. Some people, some untrained eyes would say, "Ooh, that's guayu," and then they'll try to sell you this as guayu, right? Because we don't know better. But the trained eye knows that guayu has like a lot of fat. Beef chuck is very fatty too. And this is from Costco. And just look how beautifully thin this is. This is fatty, delicious, just full of flavor. And we're gonna crisp them up in high heat oil. It's just gonna be the base of that flavor. Well, actually it's not. The base of the flavor is gonna be the soy sauce, oyster sauce, ginger, onion, garlic. That's basically the base, the sauce. But when you have these beautiful thin, look at that. Look at that beauty. Semi-frozen, I'm telling you, it's where the magic happens. Semi-frozen, and a little bread knife. Ooh, wait, it's gotta be a long knife like this. If you have a soup, you know, pho, maybe they need to be done like much thinner. But this is the time where you can throw these thin cuts like in a Korean barbecue. Ooh, there you go. You're perfect for Korean barbecue. Almost done, guys.
You know what? At this point, I think I want to use the rest of the garlic, the rest of the broccoli, because this is a lot more meat than I thought. That's a lot of meat. These are probably like 1/8 in diameter, in thickness, in diameter. 1/8 in thickness. And there you go. Maybe as thick as 4/4. No, yeah. No, as thick as 3/4. Like the coins. Look at that. That's looking beautiful. Now we want to make them bite-sized. You want them to be forkable. You want to use a chopstick and you're able to grab them, right? So let's just make them a little smaller. There you go. See, that's a good size. What's up, Catsy? I'm glad you're here. There you go. Boom, 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 boom. There you go. There you go. Look at that. See, we got 3 out of there. Boom, 2, 3. There you go. You want another one? I'll give you another one. That's just gorgeous. Get this to the side. Oh, that's a lot of meat. Oh, yeah, we're going to have some good leftovers. Who's watching the Mario movie tomorrow? I know I am. I think I'll be making spaghetti and meatballs tomorrow to celebrate the Mario Galaxy movie. I am excited for that movie. They brought Brie Larson as Rosalina. They brought Childish Gambino as as Yoshi, which is a weird oddball choice. They brought, yeah, thank you. This is, I need to hurry up because my oil back there is heating up. Oh no, it's no longer heating up. Anyways, I need to hurry up because I try to finish this within a good time to have enough time to eat and clean afterwards. This isn't a sharp knife. Look, this isn't sharp. This is a serrated knife for bread. Fun fact: I grew up cutting everything with serrated knives because in my household we didn't have sharp knives. We had a serrated knife from the 99-cent store. And so I've become very avid at using a serrated knife. All right. So our oil has been doing good. Let's marinate our chicken. Oh my God. Our beef. Let's marinate it. Let me show you the marinade. It'll be fun. This is where the magic happens. We just put all this. We're going to start. Let me wash my hands one more time. Okay. We're going to start with our marinade. Our marinade is going to be soy sauce. It's going to be oyster sauce. It's going to be onion powder, and I think that's it. Let's begin. This amount of soy sauce. I don't know. I don't measure. And then oyster sauce. If I would guess the amount of oyster sauce I just added, it could have been like a quarter cup. A quarter cup oyster sauce. I should have checked for inventory before even starting to cook. What if I don't have oyster sauce? Let's see. Let's find out. Let's find out if I do. Rockabye, baby, rockabye. There you go. There you go. We have... Oh, do I not have oyster sauce? Interesting. We need to improvise. That's the beauty of the kitchen. The beauty of the kitchen is improvise. So, I might not have oyster sauce. I'm going to use a little fish sauce. I know it's not the same. Don't freaking come after me. But we're going to improvise, you know. Oyster sauce got that fishy oyster flavor, so we're going to improvise with a little bit of a fish sauce. Let me double check for oyster sauce. No. No, we don't have oyster sauce. All right, I'm gonna have to add it to the list. just a little bit of fish sauce because it's a stinky. Ooh, it's a stinky one. Some black vinegar because it's acidic. It's delicious. I love how beautiful it smells. I love black vinegar. Black vinegar is delicious. We're gonna add garlic powder. Some garlic powder because I don't have the time to start chopping more garlic. And besides, I'm already in a time crunch. If I had done this maybe 2 hours prior, I'd be using fresh garlic. What's up, baby boy? My baby UFO is right there. He wants attention. What's up? What's up? Anyway, so we're gonna stick with our garlic, onion powder. And when I'm cooking, I'm just looking for familiar smells. What doesn't it smell right? What doesn't it taste right? That's what I go for. I know oyster sauce, besides the fishiness, it's got sugar. So we're gonna use some sugar. Add some sugar. Because that's a lot of chef's secrets. They use sugar. They'll just never admit it. We're gonna use 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that's like maybe 4 tablespoons. At this point, I think I'm going for a little bit more soy sauce. There you go, that's looking good. What else? Oh, yeah, I said I was gonna put ginger powder. Ginger powder. Because when I'm thinking of Chinese food, I think of ginger flavor. There you go, luckily I have ginger powder. There you go. So we got ginger, we got onion, garlic, we have oyster sauce. Well, we don't have oyster sauce, so I'm using just fish sauce. It'll add that little bit of umami in there. We're using black vinegar. We're using, what are we using? We're using soy sauce. No salt. You know I didn't put any salt? Why? Because soy sauce. Soy sauce. That's why. Come here. Are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? The sugars, everything's just coming together. Oh, baby. We're just gonna massage it. Ooh, I got good timing. 28 minutes in. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Okay, just a little massage. I can smell it. I can smell it. Now, don't be afraid about the fish sauce. Yes, it might smell like poop, but it's fish sauce. It's basically fermented dead fish. But it provides a great aroma and flavor. And like I said, now I added fish sauce, and you can say, oh, what is this, Vietnamese food? It's what I got, all right? It's what I got, and that's how cooking is. You work with what you have. All right? You guys wash your gloves? Big shout out to Sam Gloves out there. Sam Gloves. He loves his gloves. He always tells me to wear gloves. If you think about it, washing your gloves is like washing your hands. There you go. Okay, what else? We're gonna, oh yeah. This is gonna thicken our sauce. This is maicena, which is cornstarch. To do that, we're gonna need to get some water. Got some water. A little bit of water. Get some filtered water. We have around half a cup of water in there. And we're gonna add about a tablespoon of cornstarch. How about 2 tablespoons? That looks about right. And you know what? Just to get in season, let's do it with some chopsticks. Just to pretend we're making some authentic Chinese food. It's make pretend. There you go. So our cornstarch is gonna help thicken our flavorful beef and soy sauce flavors in there. Let me just add 3 tablespoons. 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. We're gonna save this. So at this point, I'm looking at it. It looks like it was 1 cup of water, 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. Let's leave this to the side. We're gonna use it not right now. Go back to our oil. We got our oil, and it's missing something. You know what it's missing? It's missing heat. In my house, we always gotta have some heat, and I promise you, if you make it for your loved ones, they don't even notice it. Some people just like to complain. Ask your grandma. She put a lot of vegetables in your food. Even though you told her you didn't like food, you didn't like vegetables. She found a way. She found a way to hide it in there. So check it out. These are Japanese chile de árbol. Basically, dried red hot chili peppers. They've been pre-roasted. It's about maybe 2 of them. We're gonna add them to our oil, to our hot oil. That's gonna even season our oil even better. Our oil only has garlic, green onion, and red onion. That's it. And we're just adding a little bit of the chile de árbol. We're ready for our meat. We're in high heat, everyone. Keep it in high heat. Okay. Look at that. My mom taught me that whenever you're doing a stir fry with chicken or beef, she said, "Que esté bien doradito." Make sure it's really crispy. So we're not gonna move it that much. Just let it get like a crust. It's on high heat. We don't want boiled meat, right? We want a little bit of crispy meat. And here's the thing. We're gonna semi-cook it on very high heat. We're gonna get it out. Because we're only using 1 pan. I'm not trying to get a lot of things dirty. We're gonna get the meat out and everything out, and then we're gonna throw in our broccoli. And then we're gonna incorporate everything together. So, in the meantime, let's wash this, because we're gonna put our beef back in here. Big shout out to Palmolive. So good, so fresh, so delicious. All right, this is free of blood. We're ready to reuse it. And maybe our beef is already crispy. Let's get back at it. Well, I don't feel it crispy, but the show must go on. There's a lot of improvising. There's a lot of adjusting to fire. But something I can assure you, it smells delicious, which is just one of the key components when cooking. Does it smell good to you? Oh, baby, you can't go wrong with some good meat. Beef, and Oh yeah, like I was saying, I think I'm gonna use more broccoli because that is a lot of beef. We're gonna use the no wait. What do I do? No. I'm gonna keep it with the same amount. Never mind what I said. I'm gonna keep the same amount of broccoli. That'll be fine. Now what I'm gonna do is I am gonna add a little bit more onion. I like having some good onion in there. And then just a little bit side onion. And then carrots. There's gotta be some carrots. You know when you're digging through your beef and broccoli, sometimes you get some carrots in there. And carrots is one of the cheapest vegetables you have in your refrigerator. Why don't you have carrots in your refrigerator? Come on, you're missing out nutrients. So, big essential, always have carrots in your refrigerator. I think we're gonna use 2 carrots. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. Ooh, come over here, we're gonna wash them. Do you like to shave your carrots? Or peel your carrots? I do, when I want it to look presentable, but when it's only me and my fam, we're not picky. We'll eat the dirty carrot. The dirtier the better. Let's get it away. Check it out. We're gonna cut them at a slant. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum. Whenever you're cutting, think about how it's gonna feel in your mouth when you eat it, right? Think about how forkable your food is. That's something that I think about. How forkable is my food? See, the thing is, I live with my mother, or my mother lives with me, and she has trouble eating with her hands. Well, she can't actually pick things with a fork and spoon. So what we do is, when I cook for her, I make sure I make bigger pieces so she can grab them with her hand, kind of like a baby. Because so when I'm cooking, I'm thinking about that, like how is it going to be easier for my mother to eat the food, right? So let's say if I add some potatoes, some carrots, I put bigger chunks, bigger pieces of meat. Because that's what you gotta think of your audience, right? That was a lot of meat, guys. That was a lot of meat. That was 1.5 pounds of beef chuck. Look how beautiful and delicious. Look at that. Oh, that's just delicious. Remember our marinade? I can smell it. I can smell that marinade. It's coming through. Oh, delicious. You know what? At this point, it's so juicy and fatty that it's going to take a while for it to crisp up, just like my mama said. Que esté bien doradito. What game are you playing tonight? Today, I'm going to continue playing Poppy Chapter 2. I'm at the end. I'm at the last. I got stuck. But I know I'll finish it. And then, I might continue with Hollow Knight or Five Nights at Freddy's. I still don't know. Anyway, back to the broccoli. Okay. It's been sauteing for maybe 10 minutes. I'm just gonna put it to the side. We're not done with that meat. We're not done with that meat. We're gonna focus on sauteing our vegetables. Okay. Look at that. Look at that sizzle. You hear that sizzle? That's what you want. Get some carrots, get some onion. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's get all of our broccoli in there. There you go. We're still on high heat, everyone. Remember. Now, when you're cooking Chinese food, usually they like to use a wok, right? I didn't want to pull my wok out because it's such a mess to maintain it. So you wanna be cooking on very high heat. That's what makes a good stir fry. Remember, beef and broccoli is a stir fry, so you gotta think of those things. Lots of oil, very high heat. It's gotta be done quick. Unfortunately, I don't have a wok to use right now because I didn't want to use it because I started cooking quite late. I always try to shoot for dinner, be ready at 6. So I want you to see this. This is gonna be our thickening sauce, our thickening agent. Look at the beef, look at the beef, look at the beef. Look at the beef. Spot on. Did you guys see how I did that? That's some good marinade. So good. Yeah. I dropped some. Now, we don't want to overcook. We're not trying to overcook our vegetables. We're not trying to overcook our vegetables. We don't want to stop. We want our vegetables to have a bite. Right? That's what matters. I remember we were supposed to make spam musubi one time, but you had to leave. I'm sorry. I'll make a spam musubi episode. You're right. I did. I was on a trip. Spam musubi. Shout out to my people from Hawaii. Aloha. Shaka. Shaka to my people from Hawaii. No one from Hawaii is watching. But if you know someone from Hawaii, say Shaka. Hey man, UFO, say Shaka, and he's gonna make some spam musubi. Now, I'm gonna add that to the list. Spam musubi is easy, it's cheap. That's all I need to cook. Is it cheap? Is it easy? That's me. I'm gonna cook that. Spam musubi. So good. I got the opportunity to visit Hawaii, or how the locals call it, Hawaii, and I stopped at McDonald's to have spam and rice, and I stopped at 7-Eleven to have spam and rice. They just love their spam musubi over there. What is it? I remember. Oh yeah. You should make it on stream. Yeah, I am. Are you having rice with your beef? Yes, I am. Luckily, like I said, I had some frozen white rice. It's already pre-cooked. Put it in the microwave. That's your 1-minute rice. It's so much better than that processed 1-minute rice that you saw at the store. All right. It's time. It's time to incorporate our vegetables. No, not yet. Not yet. Not yet. I'm only looking for some like brown. I'm looking for some brown. Hey, at least you know the battery's on my smoke detector. There you go. It's not jasmine rice. No, it's not. It's Eman UFO rice. Check this out. Check this out. We're still on high heat. We're still on high heat. I just added the cornstarch and I reduced the heat to low. I'm gonna bring it up to medium heat. What's up? What's up, baby? What's up, baby? Look at that. That cornstarch just basically... that cornstarch just makes it look a little bit gooey. You know, thickens the sauce. It just makes everything feel more delicious. Remember, you first start eating with your eyes, and if you look at your food and then you go, does that look legit? You're like, yeah, I eat that. That's the first step. Then, you gotta taste it. Here it is. Oh my God, give me a second. All right, let's taste it. I turned off the heat now. We're just on residual heat. To my liking, it's great. Maybe a little bit more soy sauce, just a little bit. But there's no. Remember I added some chili peppers. You can barely taste them. Just a little bit. That's it. That's it. It got the sweetness from the carrot. It got the sweetness from the sugar. It's got that fishy touch I was telling you about. It's got the sweetness also from the onion. Oh my God, the nuttiness from the garlic. The roasted garlic. Well, you know, semi-roasted. Oh my God, let me taste the broccoli. Yeah, the broccoli. Looks like the broccoli is still a little hard. I like it like that. Not everyone enjoys it crunchy like that. There's that kick, okay. That spice was hiding in the broccoli. Oh, still edible, delicious. Let's go try that. Carrot is perfect. The carrot's perfect because I cut it very thinly. Look how thin. Look how thin the carrot is. Oops. Carrot beef. Broccoli stem. Broccoli stem was perfect because that was a small piece. Next time I would cut the little broccoli trees. Next time I would cut them in half. I think these broccolis were a little too thick. That's why they're still somewhat raw. I don't mind. Oh, my baby! Give me a second. My baby wants attention. I'll be back. Take care of that. What's up, baby? What's up, baby? What's up, baby? Okay. Luckily, I'm already done cooking, so the dangerous part is done for my baby. All I gotta do is microwave the rice. Ooh, and we're ready for plate. It'll be delicious. He wants a taste. He wants huggies. Mama's here. Mama's here to save the day. Let me just microwave the rice, and we're done. Microwave the rice and plating. Oh, delicious. Oh yeah, the aroma's in the house. like I said, something I would have done better first is be prepared and have actually oyster sauce. I didn't have any oyster sauce. Second, the broccoli should have been cut in half, so for faster cooking time. But other than that, I liked it. And that's the beauty of cooking your own food. You can just lie to the internet and say everything's delicious. Also, remember that nostalgia is the secret ingredient. No one can tell you what tastes good or bad because you have your own memories of what good and bad is supposed to taste. So someone can see your family recipe and be like, "Oh, that's not the way you do this mac and cheese." And you go, "Yes, it is. My family's been doing it for generations." And you're right. Correct. If your mac and cheese has carrots and that's the way your family's been doing it, all power goes to you. And you'll have the perfect mac and cheese with carrots. That's what I'm trying to say. Beef broccoli. I don't know the origin. I don't know if it was created in Panda Express in California. Or, well, definitely I was used some Chinese techniques. But a lot of inspiration from my mom's cooking, my grandma's cooking, and the internet. Shout out to the internet. If your beef and broccoli looks similar to mine, let me know. And if your beef and broccoli at your local Chinese restaurant makes a worse beef and broccoli than mine, also let me know. You know what? I've seen some people add crunchy ramen. You know the top ramen? This is like a ghetto Chinese restaurant place. They have them all over LA. But they'll get like the crunchy ramen. They'll just like sprinkle on top, kind of to mimic the crunchy chow mein. Because chow mein is like deep fried noodles, so they're crunchy. But hey, everyone cooks their own. Some people would argue that me using the microwave is sacrilegious. I say it's convenient. Even the best restaurants out there have a microwave. Yeah, they're not cooking their whole meal in a microwave. They're using it to heat something real quick. Probably to heat up the food for that pesky customer that kept complaining that their food was too cold. Let me show you the plating. It's gonna be delicious. So back in the area, back in my hometown, Calexico, California. Shout out to Calexico. Shout out to Mexicali. Over there, it's in BC, Baja California. They put, because it's Mexican Chinese food, they put ketchup and they put lime on your table. You go to a Chinese restaurant in that area, they will put ketchup and lime on the side. That's how Mexican they are. And I love it. Let me show you my plating. We got a bed of rice. We got that beautiful microwave rice. We got that freaking delicious. And I'm just gonna ruin it for you guys because I am crazy like this. I always go with my sriracha. There you go. The sriracha just makes everything better. If you think your cooking was bad, just drop in a little hot sauce on top. It'll make it better. Let me see. A little rice. Delicious. Delicious. Guys, thank you very much for joining me on another cooking session. We are hungry in this house. We're going to cut this stream. We're going to go eat. Thank you for watching. Check out my post stream once I upload it. Rewatch it. And give me all your criticism. I'll take it. Take it. And yeah, let me know if you had beef and broccoli. And how do you make beef and broccoli? How have you seen it done? Have you had chicken and broccoli? That's a thing. Tofu and broccoli, shrimp and broccoli. whatever. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Drink some water, go for a walk. And don't forget to say hi to your neighbor. Your neighbor's there. Say hi to your neighbor. He didn't do anything. Maybe you didn't get along. Don't ignore your neighbor. That's what I'm trying to say. One day, you might need him. You never know. All right, take care. Bye-bye.